So I just got the auxiliary battery clamped into the old Flat Thunder truck here. The original battery goes on the passenger side. Yeah, but the mount really relies on the fender to be on, and this one just relies on the radiator support. So we got this one jammed in here. We got the leads tied together on the other side. We got a whole bunch of wiring stuff in here that we did something to. The unique part about this, and what makes this a little bit difficult, is decided to try to leave the existing wiring that was with the cab and use that to interface with the special fuel injection system on the engine. I think we got it. We only soldered in 2 wires. One's actually just stuffed into the end of a plug here, but we want to make sure that's correct before we cut and solder it. But yeah, I think we got it. You see, down here in the engine bay, we had this pink with black wire that we soldered into the harness that goes back to the rear of the truck. That's the fuel pump lead. This little whirligig here is your inertia switch. Let's see. That's to turn off the fuel pump in case you're in a rollover or a wreck. Push that down and turn it back on. So we got that all hooked up. And then the other one is this guy right here. This I just have stuffed into the end of this. I believe this is our ignition power on leg. Not sure. I'm going to test that before we cut this plug off and solder that in directly. No more tarp. Went ahead and reinstalled the brake booster and the master cylinder before we got this far along. Wanted to make sure we were able to stop. I know what'll happen. This thing will fire up. When we get it fired up, we'll get it sighted, jam it in gear, and without brakes, could be a problem. So went ahead and reinstalled the brake booster in the master cylinder and bled out the system at all 4 points. If you're interested in that, I performed this exact same operation on this truck and installed a brand new brake booster and master cylinder in a previous video. Drop a link down in the description below there. That's enough talking. Let's get in here and see what's going to happen. Here we go. It's looking kind of nice in here. Got the steering wheel. Noticing an immediate problem here, there's no fuses other than the turn signal flasher and then maybe a couple large fuses for windows or door locks. So someone robbed all the fuses. We're gonna have to get this thing filled back in. So here's the old one. Got a couple extra scabbed in there. Let's see if we can't transfer this. You guys take a look, make sure we do it right. Transfer this back into the new fuse panel. Nothing's hooked up yet, nothing's turned on. I haven't tried anything, but these brake lights should work with nothing on. So you guys are going to be my eyes tester. I'm going to push the brake pedal. You let me know if these things light up. Give the old headlights a try. And nothing. See what she's gonna do? Absolutely nothing. So we started poking around when we weren't getting any power inside the cab, and it turns out that this cab has a slightly different wiring harness, probably due to the accessory level or trim level. This cab was a Lariat. The one we replaced was probably just an XL or just a custom, I guess. I don't even know. 83 XL custom, one of those. Let me know. So we traced back and we found this plug here I'm holding in my right hand. This plug, I believe, just feeds power from this side over to a post over on the driver's side to feed the main fuse panel. So we're able to get some jumper wires in here just to temporarily test it. I'm not 100% sure what this does or what the other 2 pins are in it. But this particular, maybe that's the turn the field on for the regulator. Anybody know what this plug is and what its particular function is, let me know. We have a regulator here. It's driven by different circuitry, at least I think it is. Wires have fusible links on them and they're not connected to anything. So we got some jumper wires here that we installed right back to the solenoid post. We have our starter wire installed, and then we, since we don't have the fender, put a temporary alligator ground clip here back to the main ground cable. Something should happen now. Something. Before we get too carried away and pump oil all over the floor or ground, this is the oil pressure mechanical gauge that was on it, and if we don't cap this thing off, it's just going to pump oil straight out of the engine. Problem solved. Capped off the mechanical oil pressure relay. We still don't know if the fuel pump's getting power. That would be that wire that we just jammed at the end of the plug for ignition on. Maybe we can test that with a test light here. What we're looking for is a hot and key on. That big red with green stripe and the red with yellow stripe are hot. The key is on. I thought we were pulling off of this one. White with blue stripe. So white with blue stripe on this one is hot. Nothing. So we found another rogue wire over here. This is a black with a red with a black stripe. I took that off and put that in the main ignition lead here, and then switched the other one that we found for the fuel pump relay over to a smaller one. Looks like that's making and breaking contact in there. Oh, she's squealing away. We're good. So I'm not 100% sure what's happening right now. Fuel pump comes on for a brief second and then goes off. I think that's how it's supposed to work. Maybe. It's been such a long time since I originally wired this. But right now, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna give it a go, see what happens. I'm getting impatient. Oh, she gotta do it! Something wrong with the fuel pump. Aha! Okay, I have the answer. Yeah! Yeah! She's moving. Oh yeah! I don't always drive without fenders and a hood, but when I do, I like to sit on a toolbox. See, it'll stop. Oh, he stopped. The radiator support wanted to keep going. We made it! We did it! The Flat Thunder truck moved under her own power out of that dead spot area in the yard we were generating. Maybe that'll start growing again. I don't know. There's no more grass crawling up underneath it, and we can freely move it in and out of the shop. I'm super excited about that and super happy because I hate having a dead horse sitting around on the property. Now she can move under her own power. I did notice in the process that the radiator support needs a little bit more attention than we originally thought. We're gonna have to address that, slap our new front fenders back on, and get Dad over here to help with the front headlight brackets, grill, and the hood, and this thing might even make its way down the road again. Looking forward to it. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave your questions and comments in that section below, and don't forget to punch that subscribe button your way out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Victory burnout wouldn't be complete. I hope the fan doesn't eat the radiator.